Hey guys, I wanted to come in here and formally introduce myself. My name is Preston. I'm a professional recruiter, and if you're wondering how I became a recruiter, this is where it all started. In 2014, my wife and I was living in this small apartment in Queens, New York. This was our first real apartment, and even though it was tiny, I think it was 700 square foot at the time, we were paying about $1,600 a month, not including utilities and electricity. Even though it might not feel like a lot, in retrospect, it was everything to us. This was our home. This was our humble abode. And I remember getting my first recruiting job in the city. It was initially paid about $30,000 a year. It wasn't much, but it felt like we were making that step as a couple, as an individual, to hopefully create a career that we can be very proud of. And I remember interviewing, and I remember clicking on this job for a sales associate on LinkedIn. I ended up getting a phone call and did it and had a first interview over the phone. Turns out it was actually a sales recruiting role at this tech recruitment company in Midtown New York. Went through the process, got an offer, and was so excited to start. But people always say, remember where you started. And this is day one of my career. Again, was paid a small salary, but I told myself to just learn as much as I could and work as hard as I could. And I was one of the older ones in the office. A lot of the kids who were working alongside me were fresh out of college or just college grads, but that didn't bother me. I wouldn't want to be there. I want to learn. I was grateful to have the chance and for those of people at the office to give me a chance. And I thought it was just going to be an amazing ride, and I told myself to give it my all. But in one short year, I was able to go from one of the bottom recruiters out of 300 nationwide to one of the top. I was able to produce over $500,000 on my own desk, surpassing even $100,000 a month in my first year. I then left that, and in 2015, I decided to start my solo recruitment career to see where it goes and to take a bet on myself. And lo and behold, I worked my butt off, worked 7 days a week. I went all in this apartment, was able to make $500,000 my first year and minimum that every single year to present day, multiple 7 figures later, now scaling my 7-figure energy. It's honestly been a blessing, and none of that could happen without that younger version of myself in this apartment right here in Queens, New York. So never forget where you started, and always know that life can happen fast and it can change. And even though at that time it felt like it was happening slowly, looking back, the past 8 years was an absolute blur, and I've now come to become a proud recruiter, but one that also have really fallen in love with this industry that changed my life. And so if you're excited to hear more stories about my journey and my take on things, feel free to continue giving me a follow. Appreciate it, and we'll see you on the next one.